All right, so this is the Bitcoin chart here. Okay, this is Bitcoin chart, and since April this year, I've really talked about Bitcoin. Like since April this year, talked about Bitcoin, and I've been able to mark out some area of interest. Okay, so I was actually I did this analysis with my students. Okay, during a live class, we had the live class. Talking about analysis, talking about what to look out for. Important areas of the chart and all that. So during that analysis, um, I told them right there, okay, during that period, I told them in the class that Bitcoin was going to crash in April, since April, okay. Then gradually the price actually followed our analysis. Can you see right here? Okay, it followed our analysis. So it moved, I told them from this point, so it was going to move like this. This is the first stage, okay, and it moved just like that. This is the first movement. Then shortly after that, it pumped back up again. As you can see right here, okay, it broke out of this trend line. All right, it broke out of this trend line and it closed convincingly above this trend line. Can you see that? Then we had an upward movement. That was the first phase. The second phase rather. Can you see that? Then the third phase, is another crash which happened, which is here, like this first phase, second phase, third phase, and now we are waiting for the next phase. Okay, so once this phase is completed, the next I want to do is to go back to the chart again, deploy all the technical analysis tools that I know, and reevaluate the chart again for the next movement. Okay, so as you can see, there's been a lot of you know is it like ranging? Okay, a lot of let me call it a frustrating price action. Okay, that would be the right word for it. It has been a lot of frustrating price action right here. All right, price action right here. Then boom, it crashed. All right, it crashed. Then at this level, okay, this became a resistance point for Bitcoin. Okay, this level became a resistance point for Bitcoin, and it's been historical. If you look at the charts, for quite a long time. So it's historical in the sense that that resistance level now it will likely become, a previous resistance that was broken right here. It is now becoming a support. Okay, so that makes it even more interesting. Okay, it makes it even more interesting for us as traders and as technical analysts. Now the question now is, why should you pay attention to Bitcoin? Okay, you have to pay attention to Bitcoin. You don't have any option because Bitcoin is a leading indicator in the global crypto markets. All right. It dominates everyone. Okay. It dominates everyone. Is but in terms of market cap and volume and price and everything, Bitcoin is number one globally. Okay. So and that is really obvious, on the data that's available to us on coin market cap. Okay, on coin market cap. So look at this data right here. You can see it is number one. Okay, Oga Pata Pata. Yeah, can you see that? So it's been number one, and it has been like this from the beginning of cryptocurrencies. Okay, it's been like this from the beginning of cryptocurrency. So it dominates everywhere. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it's at 16, it's at 48.3%. All right, 48.3%. And I told you, if you can remember, I told you something about dominance where I open the chart. Let me go to Tradingview now again. Tradingview.com. Okay, then let me go to profile. So if you go to tradingview.com, you can search for crypto niche. You're going to have an idea. If you want to like follow up, follow me up on TradingView and see what I've been talking about. What I talk about on TradingView. Okay, my analysis, my chart, and everything, they're all here. So then go to people. Okay, then you're able to find crypto niche here. Can you see? Then click on this. All right, then you see my ideas. 360 repetition. I just started um posting my ideas on TradingView not quite long, even though I've been, I have the accounts, over years ago, going to almost 3 years now since I have an account on TradingView. So if you scroll down, okay, if you scroll down more, so we're going to see one of the analysis that I did on Bitcoin. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, not this. Bitcoin dump BTCT. Okay, so no, not this. Okay, one of the analysis I did on Bitcoin, because there's actually Bitcoin. The trading view gives you opportunity to chart the Bitcoin. Where is it? Let me check again. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. So let me use Control F. BTC. All right. Yeah, BTC T. So where is it? Yeah, I found it. Yeah, this is it. So if you click on this now, if you click on this chart now, okay, I did this analysis when Bitcoin dominance was around 50.68%. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. So I did that analysis then. So then if you come here, it was on the weekly time frame. So if you come here, you can see that it has actually dropped. Okay, and it's exactly what I'm expecting. Okay, it will drop after dropping to this point to have a pullback a little bit, then to actually drop to about 44%. Okay, 44%. So by the time Bitcoin dominance drops to about 44% or even lower than 44%, then the alt season will start. That is my analysis. Okay, and I'm standing on this analysis for as long as I can, as long as possible. Like this will actually play out the next month or the next year. Okay, to play out like this. So now we need that dominance. We need Bitcoin to lose that dominance before we have some rally, some big rally in altcoins. So money needs to move from Bitcoin, okay, to altcoins. Or if it's not even moving, the new money that will come to the industry will actually need to move to altcoins. Okay, so that is when Bitcoin begins to lose its dominance right there. Can you see it? So that was the analysis that I did, and it's been around since on July 13th. Can you say that? Since July 13th, and I kind of update it, as soon as possible. So I try to update it as soon as possible. So that is one thing you need to pay attention to, right, on Bitcoin. So if you're active on TradingView, go right there and follow Donation TradingView and have access to all the charts, all the charts right there on TradingView. So that's going to make a lot of sense right there. So let me go back to this. You can see now I'm going to open in another chart. Then have a look at the Bitcoin. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance and why Bitcoin is going to become a big deal. Okay, and why I believe that a lot of people actually have analysis about the next crash. Like Bitcoin is going to crash massively. Do not get to like if Bitcoin is going to crash, at what level? What level are we expecting? What is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin right now? Okay, what's the worst case scenario for Bitcoin right now? So these are things we're looking out for. All right. So we're looking out for that. Okay, so there's an exhaustion right there. But what you can see now on Bitcoin in the last few weeks, okay, like over a week now, it is boring price action. Okay, a very boring price action. And I expect this to continue for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, this boring price action will likely continue for the next 2 or 3 weeks on Bitcoin. Okay, it found the support here. So if you use an extended line, okay, then it begins to make sense. Oh, let me change this. So what color will this be? You let me change this to black. So I'm gonna move this with an extended line. So I'll move it. Okay, let me delete this. So I'm going to use horizontal line for this. Yeah, then I have it here. So you can see it found a support. It's found a support on a level that used to be resistance before it was broken at this level. Okay, so it found the support right here. Okay, then what some people are talking about, they're talking about a possible down. Like what you can see, there could be a wick, this tiny wick like this. I'm sure some of you were going to be looking at the chart like, why do you consider a wick, you know, in your analysis? Basically, I don't neglect the power of a wick in my analysis because a wick is part of the candle and there is nothing we can do about it. Okay. You can actually buy a candle, okay, that doesn't have a wick. Okay. So if you buy a candle that doesn't have a wick, then that is not a candle. It is a wax. Okay. What you bought is a wax, it's not a candle. So if candle matters on the chart, okay, and if we decide that we are using a candlestick chart pattern, okay, if we decide that we are using a candlestick chart because there, we have Renko, we have other kind of chart types. So if we decide that we're using a candle and we're not using a line graph, then definitely we should not stigmatize the weak. Yeah. So we need to consider the candle. We need to consider the week as part of candle during the analysis. So that is why I don't actually I don't usually neglect a candle in any analysis I do. So now that is it. Now we found the support around that level, then boom, it was rejected and it's bounced back up. So ever since we've been parabolating, it's been stand still. Okay, it's been stand still at this level. So this is what will likely play out. We have a box. Of course, Bitcoin is boxed right now. Like it's boxed up right now. Let me move this. Something like this will happen. Okay, so when you see a movement like this, okay, you see a movement like this. So if you see a movement like this, they will have something like this. Okay, probably after some weeks from now. Okay, so the worst case that we can have is a leg down to 24,000. Okay, leg down 24,000 to 22,000, and that even looks even more unrealistic. Okay, because the moment you're able to break out of here, okay, then the possible movement could be somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around it. That is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin. Okay, so the worst case scenario for Bitcoin is no. So, but basically, let us go back. I'm going to switch this over to weekly candle. Okay, this is the weekly candle, isn't it? Yeah. So the same support and everything is still holding, even on weekly candle. Can you see that? Okay, so we're going to be still, we'll likely be moving within this box next foreseeable weeks from now, probably next 3 to 4, 5 weeks from now. Okay, so that is very, very possible, very, very possible right there. Okay, so another possibility is a leg down to this point. Okay, otherwise, I remain bullish about Bitcoin. So if you go here now, then you look for, so you click on indicators. For instance, now you look for ribbon. Okay, so click here. We're going to apply that to our charts. Then you can see that we have actually entered the buy zone. Okay, we have actually entered the buy zone right here. All right here. So then historically, you should have a look at what happens shortly, after the capitulation, then after you enter the buy zone. Okay, historically, if you look at the charts, what happens at those points, at those periods. Okay, at those periods. So if you look at this, you had a buy on the ribbon right here. Then now we have another buy on the ribbon right here. Okay, so there's going to be another pump. Okay, there's going to be another pump here. If you look at this, technically, okay, there's going to be another pump right here. Okay, and what kind of pump we'll be expecting? Okay, yeah, it's going to be a pump that will take us up by extra at least 45%. Okay, a pump that will take us up by extra 45% at least. Okay, can you see that? So now when people are becoming bearish of Bitcoin, like Bitcoin's going to crash to 15,000, 12,000, 10,000. Okay, I do not have any reason to become bearish because uh, fundamentally and technically, okay, it seems we've been able to actually found a bottom. Okay, it's been crashing for for God's sake, and since 20, since 8,000. Can you see that? It's been crashing, going down, going down, going down ever since that period. Okay, so we really had a very tough time in the crypto space. We've had a very tough price action for Bitcoin. So now the worst case scenario that could happen. So let me remove this. Okay, can you see that? So we've actually gotten to the buy stage. Okay, to the buy stage. Like a lot of buyers are going to start stepping into the game starting from now. Okay, as you can see right there on the screen. So let me switch back to 1 day. So it's going to make much sense to you. Let me switch back to 1 day so to make much sense to you. So this is the worst case scenario of what you can see on the Bitcoin. Okay, so let me use this. So probably you can have a movement like this. Okay, down to this level. Okay, they have that powerful leg up, like crazy leg up from here. Okay, that's the worst case. Okay, that's the worst case. All right, that is the worst case scenario. And the second case, okay, is a movement like this. Okay, the movement to 24, somewhere around 24,000. Okay, the moon. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that is it. Then it pumps like crazy. Okay, of course, it's not going to actually just go boom like that. No, no. Okay, there will be some pullback as usual. Okay, so if it goes down like this, okay, somewhere around here, okay, to go. So people will be expecting that it actually crash from here. To have a pullback shortly, then it will move. Okay, then it's going to move right there. Okay, so that is a very, very possible scenario for Bitcoin. Okay, can you see that? A very, very possible scenario for Bitcoin. So now money will flow in. Okay, money will flow in. There's going to be a lot of on-chain activities. Okay, there's going to be a lot of on-chain activities for it. Okay, before we have that movement. So of course, okay, to range. Okay, to range. So if you have a scalping board, okay, so you can continue to scalp Bitcoin. Okay, scalp at different price levels. Okay, you can continue to scalp it as you wish because it's ranging at the moment. Okay, ranging at the moment, and it's continue to range like this. Okay, that's my analysis. To continue to range like this within this box. Okay, within this box, or it's able to actually get out of this point. Okay, so it's gonna have kind of leg down. It could be a kind of wick that will set down, boom, and that wick will actually go up again, just like this wick. Okay, so have a week like this. Then from that, it becomes really exhausted from that. Then boom, start going up. All right. So once it starts going up, okay, it does actually mean that the altcoin will actually move like that, because if the price should start going up, okay, and that it is yet to lose its dominance, okay, then it's not going to reflect massively. The price movement will not reflect massively on altcoin, just like that. Okay, it will reflect massively on altcoin. But okay, let me add that. But if Bitcoin should move up, okay, and we see a kind of drop in dominance, okay, it kind of drop in dominance, probably to like 44%, okay, then that will indicate a shift. Okay, that will indicate a shift in attention from Bitcoin to other cryptocurrencies, which are altcoins. So that represents the shift. And when you see that shift, then it's really a big deal. Okay, it is really a big deal for us, because you are able to understand the fact that money will flow into altcoins. Okay, that's what it means to flow into alternative currencies, right? So that's it. Okay, that's it. You have to take cognizance of all of these things. Okay, do not downplay the role of Bitcoin in your analysis. Okay, it is quite dangerous, especially if you are analyzing for a long-term profitability. Okay, for long-term profitability. So if you ask me, okay, should you buy Bitcoin? In my opinion, honestly, it's about time. Okay, this is the right time, to start making that position, that long position on Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, that's a possible movement for it. That's a possible movement for it, and it makes much sense. For long-term profitability, makes much sense to have your entry now. Okay, let's assume you have an entry here, for instance. Okay, let's assume you have an entry here. Okay, you have an entry here. So personally, this is how I would trade Bitcoin. Okay, this is how I would trade Bitcoin personally, because this is a very critical level. If Bitcoin should lose this level, then it is like the game is over. Okay, it's like a game over for it. Like, so this is how I'm going to trade this. So have okay, you have the long position here. Okay, you have a long position here. Then you have a stop loss right here. Okay, stop loss right here. Then you have your take profits at this level. Okay, so that's it. That is it. So that's a very cool risk reward issue, isn't it? Okay, so that is it. So I'm gonna exit. Let me use horizontal. So you have your exits here. Okay, then you have your entry. Okay, you have an entry here. Okay, you have an entry here. So this is supposed to be green, isn't it? So this should be green. Then this should be okay, black. It's okay. It's cool like that. So then this is gonna be red. So we'll make it red. Okay, to indicate a stop loss. Okay, so we have something like this. So we also buy limits. Buy limit will be here. So make it black, so that's gonna make sense. All right, so I'm gonna clone this. So now come here, stop loss, just in case. Okay, that's gonna be the stop loss. So I'll make it red. Okay, then this is where we're gonna take profit from. So let me clone that. So this is the take profits. Okay, so this is the second take profits. Yeah, so this is gonna be second take profits. I'll make it green. So they have your first take profits right here. So you have our first take profits right here. So I'm gonna make it green. So let me clone this guy. So I'm gonna clone this and I'll drag it to this point. So this is gonna be our first TP. This is gonna be our first take profits. Can you see that? Boom, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. So let me publish this analysis. But before I do that, let me delete all of these guys. So it's not gonna look confusing. Like, what's this guy talking about? Okay, it doesn't have to be confusing. So let me delete all of these guys. All right. So it's not going to look confusing here. Can you see? Let me move all of these guys closer. They are too far away. So let me move them closer. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, something like this. So I'm gonna try to publish this on Tradingview. So if you're watching this now, it makes sense to jump on Tradingview. Looks like it is going to pump again. Okay. Yeah, that's a question. So this is my analysis. Okay. This is my analysis on Bitcoin. Okay, this is my analysis on Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin based on recent price action. Okay, uh, based on recent price action. Okay, so based on recent price action, this is my analysis on Bitcoin. Can you see that? So it is going to range for a while, then then our buy limit order will be triggered. Okay, will be triggered. okay, for a while. And our buy limit will be triggered at $25,000 per Bitcoin. Okay, then we move from there. Okay, then we move from there. So, what do you think about this analysis? Let me know in the comment box. Okay, if this analysis makes sense to you, okay, if this analysis makes sense to you, okay, follow me now and subscribe. Sorry, not subscribe rather. Okay, follow me now and support my idea. Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, if it makes sense to you, follow me and support my idea. Okay, so I'm gonna update this chart as often as possible. Okay, update this idea as often as possible. So cheers to you, man. Yeah, so cheers. So that's it. Okay, this is my analysis on Bitcoin based on recent price action. It's going to range for a while. Then our buy limits order will be triggered. Okay, will be triggered at $25,000 per Bitcoin. They will move from there. So what do you think about this analysis? Let me know in the comment box. If this analysis makes sense to you, follow me now to support my idea. As I'm going to update this chat as often as possible. So cheers to you guys. No, cheers to you. So let me copy this first because I'm going to share this on Twitter. Okay, so which category? So we used trend. I know support and resistance. We use that. Use the candlesticks. No. I think we use chart patterns. We use chart patterns. Okay, not even wedge. Rectangle kind of. So it wasn't a channel. Okay, it was a channel. Okay, it was a channel. Then yeah, we also use this. Okay, so that makes sense. Or let me click on chart patterns in general instead of a specific one. Okay, let me say that use chart patterns basically. So I'm gonna publish this now. So public analysis, then long, then these are the terms and conditions right there. So now I'm gonna publish this idea. Okay, I'm gonna publish this idea. Boom. So now I'm gonna share this on Twitter. I'm gonna share this on Twitter with my followers on Twitter so they can have an idea. Okay, so can have an idea. Yeah, that's it. So then I'll paste this. So I'll paste this. So now to make that, yeah. I want to be able to add hashtag to it. So there's an hashtag which is same. So hashtag is chats. Okay, chats. Okay, boron kind of. So I'm gonna say Bitcoin again. Bitcoin. Yeah. So then we use crypto hashtag. Sorry, I use crypto hashtag. No, cryptocurrency hashtag. Then which other one? Which other one should I use? Let me say trading. Okay, trading tips. Yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna post this. So if you're on Twitter, okay, you can follow me on Twitter and have access to that charts and analysis. So like it on Twitter. Okay, that would make sense. I'm gonna appreciate that. Okay, so now next thing I want to do now is to copy this link, this URL, then go back to the Telegram channel. Okay, I'm gonna say my analysis on Bitcoin. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna publish this. Alright, so boom. So it will be posted on the Telegram channel. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. So that's my analysis on Bitcoin, as you can see right on the charts. So if you have an account here, go right there, support my idea. Okay, support my idea. I'm gonna appreciate that. Just click on this to support the idea. That's all you have to do. Can you see that? Okay, so if you have an account on Tradingview, so I'm gonna appreciate that a whole lot, a whole lot. So we look forward to this price action on Bitcoin. So if you have any question with respect to the analysis, feel free, let me know. Let me know your thoughts about the analysis. Okay. Let me know your thoughts about the analysis. I'd like to know what you think. Yeah, I'd like to know what you think. So, guys, I appreciate this, all the flowers, all the roses, all the emojis, the likes, the followership, and everything. I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. So, guys, don't forget to follow me. Okay, don't forget to follow me. Okay, follow me. In fact, follow me now. Okay, follow me now, as in right now. Just follow me now. That's it. Okay. So now you have an overview of possible movement of Bitcoin. So if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel right now. For more and more technical analysis, updates, price projections for signals. You're going to be looking for signals. You have to join this Telegram channel. Okay. So join us here for signals. If you're going to, if you like to receive trade signals, so join that Telegram channel right there. As in right there. Don't hesitate to join us on Telegram. So that's quite important. That is quite important. All right. So that's quite important. Okay, can you see? That's very important. So follow me, guys. Follow me now. So if you have any question with respect to my analysis, okay. So thank you. If you have any, let me know. Okay, let me know. To all my new followers, I want to say thank you to you all. I appreciate your kind gesture. I appreciate your love. Okay. And I appreciate everything, just everything, just everything. All right. So thank you and thank you and thank you. Thank you for sticking around to this time. Thank you for staying tuned to this time. I appreciate it a whole lot. I don't take it for granted. So like I said, if you have any question you'd like to ask me, okay, if you have any question I'd like to ask me, so feel free to ask me that question. Okay, feel free. I'm going to be here to respond to whatever questions that you have. Okay, so if you have a contrary opinion also, that's okay. That's okay. I welcome it. I have no problem with that. If you have any contrary opinion, so as long as you share your opinion respectfully, I have no problem with it. Okay, I have no problem with it. So don't forget to follow me. Hit that follow button right now, and I'm gonna appreciate it a whole lot because it means a lot to me. Okay, it means a lot to me. So what do you think? Okay, what do you think? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know. Okay, what are your thoughts about it? Yeah, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know. I'd like to know. Okay, so whether you're watching a replay on, so if you're watching a replay on YouTube, let me know your thoughts. Okay, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. So thanks for the likes, thanks for pumping this up. You know, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a whole lot. It means a lot. Yeah. So it's been a very nice time, hanging around with you all today. Okay, it's been so nice. And it's also a privilege to be here talking about Bitcoin with Bitcoin crash. Okay. So now you have the answer to your question, isn't it? Okay, you have the answer to your question. Like, is Bitcoin going to crash from here? Okay, because that's a very important question. Okay, the question is, will Bitcoin crash from here? Now you have your answer. Now, isn't it? Okay, now you have your answer. Okay, uh, I don't see Bitcoin crashing, you know, lower than it is right now. Honestly, that's my opinion about it. Okay, so this is my analysis. Okay, I've actually marked out the worst case scenario for Bitcoin right on the charts. So it is up to you to make do with what you can with that information. Okay, it is up to you. So it is up to you. It is a matter of choice. So, but that's my opinion. That's my analysis on it. So if you have any question, let me know. Okay, because it's about time. Okay, it's about time I leave. Okay, it's about time I leave. It's about time I wrap it up for today. Then hopefully, we're gonna be seeing pretty soon. Okay, we are going to be talking about another analysis. Okay, another analysis. So guys, bye for now, and I hope to see you soon.